How many of you guys know somebody who you would consider to be super duper confident? This may be somebody on a sports team or maybe even someone famous that you look up to and you just think, man, I wish I had their confidence. Well, the truth about confidence isn't what a lot of people would like to tell you. Confidence doesn't come from being the tallest, the biggest, the strongest, or maybe even the fastest in the room. Confidence comes from within you and believing in yourself. In this video, I'm going to explain and break down really what confidence means and how you can build your own self-confidence, because really that can be a key area if you ever want to grow any sort of influence on people or grow any sort of business and be confident enough to approach people that you've never met before. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Javier Andres Godoy, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the truth about confidence and how you can build your own self-confidence so that you can use that in any area of your life. I'm going to be sharing a story really quick, and I don't mean to be arrogant at all when I share this story, but it is a personal experience that I had that really made me think differently about the way I view confidence. Recently, I was hanging out with this girl, and she said that she viewed me as a really confident person, and she wanted to know what I thought of my own confidence. Really, confidence comes from knowing that you're the best at something or knowing your own ability and your own limits. For example, every single morning when you brush your teeth, would you consider yourself pretty confident in that area? I would hope so, because I would hope you do it every single day. It's not something you ever have to think about or second guess yourself. Kobe Bryant talked about this when he was talking about confidence on the basketball court. When one time he shot a free throw without even looking, reporters later asked him how he had so much confidence to shoot that way. And he said that he had practiced it so many times that it had become second nature on how to make a free throw. Now, the same goes for everybody else too. There are certain areas of your life that you have mastered. You may be able to say that you're very confident in handling technology, specifically your phone. And what is the reason for that? Whenever your grandparents or older people come over and tell you to help them with their phone, the reason that you're so confident in helping them is because you guys spend hours and hours and hours on your phone. And I'm not trying to single anybody out, because I know I do this as well. But as you can see, this is just an example to show that confidence doesn't come from some external facade or believing in yourself or having an unnatural belief that you're the best at everything. It really comes from what have you done and what work have you put in to prove to yourself that you are confident. I was reading a book recently called Do Hard Things, and the first chapter of the book was called Ditch the Facade and Embrace Reality. It gave the example of an elementary school that had a 1 mile test for all of the kids. A lot of you might remember this in PE class, where you had to have a timed mile. And it said that when a lot of the kids were younger, all of these kids were super confident that they were going to be able to be the fastest at this mile. So what happened as soon as the gym teacher said go? All of these kids started sprinting as fast as they could. But what happened after one lap was over? All of these kids were exhausted and could barely even carry on. It was a mixture of walking very slowly and then trying to sprint as fast as they could, because they had no idea how to run a mile. They might have had this facade on that they were confident in running this mile, but in reality, they had no idea how to run a mile. You see, you can't fake confidence, and it doesn't come from your genetics or from your parents or from your height or strength or anything. Confidence actually truly comes from what you know to be true. And a lot of times people try and overplay confidence as an internal thing that you can just trick yourself into thinking that you're confident. For example, I'm confident in some areas of my life, like speaking in front of other people, because I have done it for such a long time. I'm confident in other areas of my life, like playing soccer, because I have also done it for a really long time. I'm confident in my business as well. Whenever I have to go up to a random person's door, knock on their door, and ask them if they want their car detailed. And it wasn't always this way, because I can tell you for a fact that when we first started, my friend and I sat in this neighborhood in our car for about 2 hours because we did not want to go up to anybody's door. That's because we did not have the confidence to do it. But the reality is, we are not confident right now, but we're never going to become confident if we don't try. Luckily for us, when we were charging super low prices, a lot of people were saying yes, and that helped our confidence skyrocket skyrocket because we knew that the majority of people we asked would say yes. But nowadays, it's not like that. The majority of people actually say no to our service, but we're able to still be confident because we know the reality of the situation. We've done it so many times that there's no reason to feel nervous or discouraged whenever someone says no, because we know it's normal. So a lot of you guys may be lacking confidence in some area of your life, and my biggest help to you would be work on that area of your life. There's some things that are completely out of your control, like how you look or your height or where you're from. But there's other things that are completely in your control that you can change. And if you're not confident in that area, it's on you, and you have to take responsibility for that. For example, everybody's heard the story of the skinny guy in high school that got bullied all the time for not being very strong. And what did that person do if they wanted to be confident? They gained some muscle, they started going to the gym and eating right, because that's what it takes to become confident. It doesn't come from some sort of mental hack that you can trick yourself into just ignoring all of what everyone says, because a lot of the times what they're saying is true. If you're getting bullied for being skinny, you need to take a good look in the mirror and say, hey, maybe I am skinny, and the only way to change this is by taking responsibility myself. So the biggest point and the biggest factor that will link your confidence is taking responsibility for all your actions. If there's any area of your life where you feel unconfident, you need to start working on that area right now. And on my channel, I give specific ways on how to build habits, because ultimately the way that you work on yourself is by building small habits at a time. There's no life hack to have superhuman confidence or always be confident in every situation, because naturally, if someone asked me to try and play golf, for example, a sport that I have never played before, I would not be very confident. Even though in other areas of my life, people would be like, wow, you seem like the most confident person ever. How do you do it? And the reality is that your confidence only comes from what you know to be true. So if you know you are good at something, you are going to be confident. If you're unconfident in an area, there's some truth behind that. The truth is that you're unconfident because you are not good at that certain thing. So I would encourage every single one of you to pick up a new habit and really learn how to master that habit, because that is what is going to build your confidence. The final note that I would like to have is building some sort of area of your life that is applicable to absolutely everything. For example, I would say that interpersonal interactions are one of the things that are most important to be confident in, because when you have an interpersonal interaction, there might be a million things racing through your head, and the only way to be confident in every single one of these situations is by working on every single area. Do you wash your face every day? Do you work on your body every day? Do you work on how you speak to people? Do you work on holding eye contact with people? All of those things are what are going to build your confidence every single day and make you more and more confident every single time you interact with people. But if you don't work on these things, you're going to naturally be unconfident in all of these situations. And I would finally like to give a word of encouragement to anybody out there who is listening to this video and thinking, well, I'm not very good at anything. I'm pretty average at basically everything. The reality is that every single person has something that they have spent a majority of their life doing, and they should be extremely confident in their ability to do that. But some people who have no idea what they could possibly be good at need to just get out of their shell a little bit and really explore themselves. Because some people who are skinny and maybe short and super unconfident might be the funniest people ever to talk to. And those people can take advantage of that by interacting with other people and making them laugh, because that will slowly help you build your confidence. Every single person needs to find something that gives them an advantage over other people, because that is what your confidence can be rooted in. Because although I may not be the best at golf, I can still be confident when someone challenged me to a golf match, because I know that I might be able to just make some jokes about it whenever I mess up, or maybe just have a good conversation with the person while we're going golfing. So they might think, well, this person's not really good at golf, but I still enjoyed my time because this was a confident person who wasn't shy just because they weren't confident in this one particular area of their life. Confidence can be a very complicated thing for a lot of people, but it doesn't have to be. One final thing that I would like everyone to remember is that confidence is rooted in reality. If you want to be confident at something, you have to work at it. Well, that's basically it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did make it to the end, I know it was kind of a longer video, but I know that this is something super important for so many people out there. So I wanted to make sure that I took the necessary time to explain every aspect that I think is important. Make sure you do smash that subscribe button and leave a thumbs up down below. Leave some comments, show some love. And I would also like to encourage anybody who has any tips or comments on any area of this video to leave it down in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much, and remember, you've got what it takes, but it'll take everything you've got.